Hi everyone, I'm going to talk to you today again about another option for a grass that gives you some great interest both in the winter and in the summer. We talked about Carl Forster's. This is another option that is hardy in Iowa and I think really pretty and has a totally different look to it. The Carl Forster's are columnar from the top to the bottom. These have a little bit of a different growth pattern. These are Shenandoah grass, and I think this is actually, they have a taller one and a smaller one. I think this is the smaller one that was chosen for here. I will give you a zoom in because you can't really see the color when it's far away. It really is pretty. It has some purple in it, and then it has some really wispy seed heads on the top of it. It is more of like a cone from the bottom, like a V shape, not obviously straight to the middle, but it is skinnier on the bottom and then it's wider on the top. And so here you can see they're down the side of the house and there's one in each spot. These are, I would say, 3 feet across on the top and probably 1.5 feet on the bottom. So it's twice as wide on the top as it is on the bottom, even if you can't tell here because the foliage is kind of, the grass is kind of out a little bit, but at the bottom it is quite a bit narrower than the top of it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this in so you can see the purple that's in here. And then these are really kind of like a tanny brown and they're just wispy. And when they blow in the wind, they're just really pretty. And just have a lot of texture and interest to them. And very hardy and very easy to take care of. When it's super hot, you can shoot them with some water if they start to show a little bit of like burn along the bottom, a little bit of brown. But unless you have like a lot of drought, you probably don't even need to do that. But if you see that, just shoot it and it'll be okay. The one thing I will say about these is they emerge, at least for me, they have come up late. So I didn't think that they were gonna come back. They're supposed to be hardy here, and I kept coming out and I would look and look and look, and I was just looking for that grass, and I was so frustrated because I just thought, oh, I hit the jackpot. It's beautiful, and they're hardy here. And then when spring came out, I was like, I missed it. It's not true. They're not gonna come back, but they did. But it just came back a little bit later. It needed to be warmer. They liked the heat a little bit more, and we had a cool, unusually long, cool spring this year, and so they just waited and waited, and they came up in their own time. So just be prepared for that. Like, don't give up on them if they don't come back in the spring right away. They're probably still, if they were established the year before, just waiting for that warmth to come on up. Just like the Carl Forsters, if you want them spaced out, make sure that you account for their mature size when you plant them. If you want them close together, then it doesn't really matter. You can just plant a little wall. Some people even like to take these that are skinnier on the bottom and bigger on the top and account for the space on the bottom to have space, but maybe touch on the top. So it's kind of like you get some space down here, but they kind of wisp together on the top, and that's actually a really cool look. Another great option for some texture that's not a plant, it's not an annual, comes back, it's grass, really pretty, hardy here in central Iowa, which can be really tough to find. Shenandoah, another great grass.